In this report, I discuss what countries to avoid when finding love overseas. If you're looking for love overseas and you love to travel, then you should consider what country to hunt for love based upon the power of that country's passport. If you hunt for your new love in a country with a weak passport, they will have to get a visa every time you want to travel. You should at least consider where to hunt for your new lover based upon how many countries they can travel to without getting a visa. Alternatively, if you like traveling solo and want breaks from your lover while you see other parts of the world, then you should hunt for a lover from a country with a low passport ranking. Not only will they have to apply to more countries, but they are more likely to be refused a tourist visa when they do apply. I will use examples of actual countries where people travel to find love overseas and tell you which are better than others. Which passports are best for travel? Passports are ranked internationally by the number of countries they can travel to without a visa. So if you plan on bringing your lover everywhere in the world, you will want the highest number of countries possible without applying for a visa. The Henley Global Passport Ranking, link provided, publishes an online list of the most powerful passports based on how many countries a passport holder from that country can enter visa-free. Japan, 193 countries. Singapore, 193. South Korea, 192. Germany, 191. Italy, 191. These are the top countries. As you can, the rankings are from number one on down. Now, the above clip is from the Henley Passport Ranking webpage. A holder of a Japanese or a Singaporean passport can go to 194 countries visa-free. You can go to that link, see the power of all passports, link provided. The access column tells you how many countries your lover's passport will let them travel to visa-free. So Japan and Singapore are tied for first place. They can travel to 194 countries without applying for a visa. That often means you just buy a ticket and fly. Where should you hunt for love overseas? So now that you know where to go to find the strength of each country's passport, the next question you might be thinking is, where should you go to hunt for your new love? Let's look at the typical countries that many Westerners look for love overseas. Westerners often go to find love in places like Asia, Eastern Europe, Central or South America. So which of these countries has the strongest passport? Again, I turn to the Henley Passport Index to provide you with this information. Poland, ranked 6, can go to 188 countries, Malaysia, 180, Bulgaria, 176, Chile, 175 countries, Argentina, 171, Brazil, 171, Mexico, 160, Costa Rica, 150, Ukraine, 144, and moving on down the list, you can see Indonesia, 72 countries, Dominican Republic can go to 70 countries. The Philippines are allowed to go to 67 countries without a visa. Vietnam, 55, Cambodia, 54, and Laos can go to 50 countries. These are places that people from the Western world look to retire with a low cost of living. For example, if you fall in love with someone from the Philippines, you can travel to 67 countries around the world with them without getting a tourist visa. If you fall in love with a Malaysian, you can travel to 180 countries with them without getting a tourist visa. I didn't even know this when I met Chung. I was just lucky to find Chung in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm an American and I can go to 187 countries without a tourist visa. So Chung's passport with 180 countries is almost as good as mine. In fact, in 6 years of traveling the world with Chung, there hasn't been one country that required either one of us to get a tourist visa. We just fly. If you've ever tried to get a tourist visa for someone, you may know how hard it can be. Plus, they are often refused. You often have to provide bank statements, proof of employment, proof of real estate ownership, and proof of no criminal record. It varies by country. Some countries even require tourist visa applicants to come in for an in-person interview. The USA charges $160 for just a tourist visa application each time you apply, whether or not you are ever accepted. Embassy employees are encouraged to deny anyone they believe may overstay their visa. So basically, you're only allowed to go to some countries if it looks like your life is so amazing in your home country that there's very little chance that you'll overstay your visa. But if you think about it, it may not matter how many countries your new lover can enter without applying for a tourist visa. Even if they can only go to 55 countries without a tourist visa, such as Vietnamese passport holders, that is enough countries if that is where you want to travel primarily. So how do you find out what countries a potential new lover can go to? That information is also available online in various places online that I will share with you next. But first, if you are curious how I'm able to live my dreams in retirement, grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 16 Years. Okay, where can your new lover go without a tourist visa? That's easy. Just type these words in Google. Where can a Thai passport holder travel without a visa? As of the day of this publication at visaguide.world, you'll find these countries where Thai passport holders can go without a visa. And Albania, Argentina, Barbados, Bermuda, Brazil, Brunei, Cambodia, Chile, Cook Islands, Dominica. I won't read them all, but Hong Kong, Malaysia, Micronesia, Myanmar, Panama. Just so it depends, Peru, where you want to go. If you type in where can a Philippines passport holder travel without a visa, again, on the day of this publication, you'll see Barbados, Bolivia, Brazil, Cambodia, Colombia. These are the countries that a Philippines passport holder can travel without a visa. Okay, in comparing the Philippines and Vietnam for places to hunt for travel love, you can list the countries you are interested in visiting for and see which passport travels better for the sorts of places you're interested in visiting. For example, when I look at the Philippines passport power, my travel desires, there's 20 desired countries for me: Barbados, Bolivia, Brazil, Cambodia, Colombia, Costa Rica, Fiji, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Israel, Laos, Malaysia, Morocco, Myanmar, Peru, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam. What about a Thailand passport power? My travel desires, they have 29 countries that I would desire to travel to: Albania, Argentina, Barbados, Bermuda, Brazil, Cambodia, Chile, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Fiji, Georgia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, and on, Turkey, Vietnam. What countries are on your bucket list? Here's something you need to think about. What will you do if you have countries on your bucket list your new love tries to get a tourist visa and they're denied? Will you still go? What will you do? Here are a few countries that remain on my bucket list that Thai and Philippines passport holders will not be able to go if their tourist visa is denied: Italy, Spain, France, Croatia, Norway, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, and easily 20 more countries. I would probably still go if their tourist visa was denied and my love was a Filipino or a Thai person. But knowing me, I would probably feel guilty and only go for a week or two instead of staying for months. So my lover's passport would have a measurable effect on my bucket list. But as I said earlier, if you like to travel alone, you might see this as a good thing. You would have more countries that you could visit alone without having to explain why to your lover, because the embassy told them they can't go instead of you. Okay, thanks for checking out my report, What Countries to Avoid When Finding Love Overseas. For a link to the resources I shared in this report, just click the first link in the notes below this video. To learn more about the best countries to find love overseas, based upon the lifestyle you dream of having in retirement, just click the video appearing in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now.